Hey, if you're here, chances are your life looks pretty good on paper. You've got the career, maybe the family, probably the house, and yet something feels off, like you're running someone else's race. I get it. And I want to offer you something today that cuts right through the noise. Three questions. That's it. Three questions that will give you crystal clarity on what your next 90 days should actually look like. Not what your calendar says, not what your boss needs, but what you need to feel like you're living your best life. I'm Dr. Tora Brown, organizational psychologist and coach, and this is Best Life, where we talk about body, expectations, schedule, and truth. Best. Let's get into it. I've spent over 15 years working with executives and high achieving women, helping them navigate the gap between a successful life and a fulfilling one. And let me tell you, those are not the same thing. What I found is that most of us don't lack ambition or work ethic. What we lack is alignment. We're executing beautifully on a plan we never consciously chose. And that's what today's Purpose Audit is designed to fix. Think of it as a quick diagnostic. Three powerful questions that reveal what's working, what's draining you, and where your next season of life wants to go. So grab a notebook. You'll want to write this down. Question one. Ready? What am I consistently sacrificing that I don't want to sacrifice? I'm going to say that again. What am I consistently sacrificing that I don't want to sacrifice? This is a body and energy question. It's about where your life force is actually going versus where you wish it was going. Here's what I mean. We all make trade-offs. That's part of adulting, right? But there's a difference between a conscious trade-off, something like, oh, I'm going to skip the gym this week because I'm working on closing a deal, and then a chronic compromise. I haven't been to the gym in 4 months because something always seems to come up. The chronic compromises are where your best life is hiding. Here's a real example I see all the time with my clients. A VP of operations tells me, Dr. Tora, I keep missing dinner with my kids because I'm so busy approving reports till 7 p.m. and sometimes later that I just don't have time to have dinner with my kids. And when we really look at it, oftentimes those reports could wait until morning. That's not a scheduling problem. That's a values misalignment problem. She's sacrificing presence with her family for the illusion of responsiveness. So your first audit question is, what are you giving up over and over again that actually matters deeply to you? It could be sleep. It could be time with your partner. Maybe some creative projects you want to work on. Exercise, spiritual practice. Don't edit yourself. Just write it down. Remember, the question one is, what are you constantly, consistently sacrificing that you don't want to sacrifice? Right. Question two, where does my energy rise and where does it crash? Now, this one is all about schedule, and it's one of my absolute favorites because it completely changes how people design their weeks. I use called the energy map. Imagine a 2x2 grid. On one axis, you have high energy and low energy, and on the other axis, you have high stakes and low stakes. The magic happens when you start matching your tasks to the right energy zone. High consequence work, presentations, strategic decisions, difficult conversations, that stuff belongs in your high energy window. For most of us, that's in the morning. And your low stakes administrative tasks, those can live in your afternoon slump. Where it goes wrong is when we let other people's urgency override our own energy rhythms. You know the drill. Someone pings you at 8 a.m. with a quick favor that derails your entire deep work block. Really take a time this week to track your energy. What times are you more high energy and when do you have low energy? You can just track for maybe 2 days, But again, notice when you feel sharp, focused, and motivated, and when you feel foggy, distracted, or scattered. That data is gold for you redesigning your schedule. So again, question 2, where does your energy rise and where does it crash? Question 3, if I had a 90-day life sprint, what would I keep, quit, and start? Okay, this one is my favorite, and it connects directly to expectations and truth, the last 2 pillars of the BEST framework. The 90-day sprint is a concept I use with all my executive clients. It's short enough to feel actionable, but long enough to create real change. And the keep, quit, start template is the fastest way I know to get honest with yourself. Here's how it works. You draw 3 columns, keep, quit, and start. So for keep, we want to know what's actually working in your life right now that deserves more of your intentional energy. And quit, what's draining you? What's exhausting you, keeping you stuck, or needs to be released? This could be a task, a commitment, a mindset, or a relationship dynamic. And then start. What's deferred? What has been on your heart that you keep deferring? What would your best self add to her life this season? So let me give you a quick demo. Say you're a senior director who's been promoted twice in 3 years. Your keep might be my weekly team check-ins. People feel seen, and I feel like it's working. It's worth it. Something I want to keep. Your quit might be, I've been volunteering for every cross-functional committee, and I'm overextended. And then your start. Think about what your next things are that you want in your life in this season. And your start could be a monthly CEO mentorship coffee. I keep saying yes to everyone else and no to my own growth. That's a 90-day sprint that moves the needle. Keep, quit, start, your 90-day sprint. So there you have it, the Purpose Audit. 3 questions that touch every pillar of your best life: your body and energy, your schedule, your expectations, and your truth. Here's your challenge this week. Set aside 20 minutes and answer these 3 questions honestly and see what surfaces. And I promise something will surprise you. And if you want to take it further, if you're ready to turn those answers into a real 90-day plan, DM me the word Best Life and I'll send you my free Best Life blueprint. It's the same framework I use with my executive clients. If this resonated with you, hit subscribe. I drop new content every week to help high-achieving women 40 plus stop settling and start designing. And also, you can grab my 7-day clarity jumpstart in the bio link below. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Dr. Tora Brown, and this is your best life. Let's start designing it together. Bye-bye.